everyone, and welcome to another edition of Johnny Vlogs, the first edition coming to you from Minnesota. This episode is brought to you by Cat McGee, Platinum Chopper, yes, the same Platinum Chopper that did that awesome research job on the Terry Missy Beavers case. He is now a patron. Thank you so much. And Kat, thank you. I like to try to give personal thanks to each of you. And William Fuller also became a patron. Thank you guys so much. As I told William in a little message I sent to him, that is really the highest compliment you can give me, is when you become a patron. I never expected that people would want to, join into this virtual tip jar, or it's actually even more than that because it's kind of like a subscription. And anything that people give me through that, I just really appreciate it. It definitely adds to my total, especially with YouTube constantly disabling monetization on some of my more controversial episodes of Brain Scratch. And actually they do it for all my shows. Even some episodes of Johnny Vlogs that I don't think are that controversial at all, for some reason they'll disable monetization. But it means so much more to me when you guys kick in through Patreon anyway. So thank each and every one of you. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. That being said, today I've been trying to catch up on comments. I've been driving for 3.5 days. So I feel like I've been kind of removed from all of you, which it's great because now I'm able to sit down and I'm popping into the episodes that I released last week and I'm reading your comments all together, and that connection, that connectivity, it's weird to have it virtual like this, because if we were trying to get a phone call, like if you were a friend of mine and we were trying to get on the phone for the past 4 days, it just wouldn't have been possible, and that conversation we were going to have could just have disappeared. Those points might have not ever been discussed. But this is a very cool thing about YouTube and how YouTube works, is those comments stick. They stay for days on end, for weeks on end, for months on end. That's part of the reason why I think Brain Scratch is created. Well, I know it was created to be on YouTube, because that conversation, all those additional thoughts, research, input, theories, they live on. And it's really cool that now that I've gotten to the new home, I've set up my computer, I'm able to go in and read your comments, and that connectivity with you guys is virtual. Just all of a sudden, I feel it. It's back. And I have missed it over the past 4 days, You guys are a part of my daily life. That's just how it is now, if you like it or not. I wake up in the morning, I watch my favorite YouTubers, and that usually inspires me about what I'm going to create. But then I check out the comments and I read what you guys have been saying about the episodes. Some of these comments are very, very important to me. A lot of them help shape the shows. Not just in terms of episode suggestions, but sometimes even critical comments. I remember the specific comment where someone was like, "Hey John, can you do something about doing a screen grab on Brain Scratch instead of just zooming in using the camera on your television screen, because it looks kind of blurry, it's kind of messy." And even though I knew the technology was there to do that, I never spent what'd it take, like 20 or 30 minutes to search and find a free application to do that. It was just that comment, being put in the right way, lit up within me when I read it, and I said, "Oh wow, I really got to take that comment to heart and do that." And I've had a few critical comments like that. I remember the one specific comment where someone was like, "Hey John, you don't have to tell us to subscribe. We've been using YouTube for a while." Because in my early videos at the end, I would always do the, "Hey, please be sure to like and subscribe." And that one I even flip-flop on, but it was just one commenter that put it to me that way, and I said, "You know what? Yeah, I don't think I really need to bug my audience to do that, because they're good. You guys are smart. You know that if you want to see more of my content, you're going to have to subscribe." But that one I do flip-flop on, because all the YouTubers I watch, who are much, much bigger than me, they always tag the end of their episodes with that. So it's strange, according to the YouTube playbook, it's something you're supposed to do. But I also like to respect my audience, and I don't necessarily feel like they're talking down to me a bit, but it does kind of nag at me a little when I'm watching my favorite YouTuber or one of my favorite YouTubers, and they're telling me to subscribe over and over and over. And it's like, hey, dude, I subscribed to you a year ago or 2 years ago. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Start some other accounts and subscribe with those? I really don't know. So anyway, I was just looking through the comments on karma, and I have to give a shout out to Gray Mountain. I love this comment. Karma doesn't exist. The world is not just. Nobody exists on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. Everybody's going to die. Come watch TV. It is brilliant. I love it. And there's so many smart comments in here. It's not just the funny ones that grab me, but that one's particularly funny, and that one really lit me up. Here's another one. This is from SKYLX08. I believe his name's Sean, if I remember correctly. Skylix08. If hard pressed about it, I'll defer to Agent Dana Scully. The human mind naturally seeks meaningful patterns and configurations in things that don't inherently have any. Given the suggestion of a particular image, you can't help but see that shape somewhere. I think the same could apply to our understanding of cause and effect, our desire for retribution, and people's ability to see the big picture. The bad things happening to good people and similar questions tends to blur or trump the idea of karma. But perhaps a rebuttal may be, yes, bad things happen to good people, and you saw it with your own eyes, but what did you do for them in response? Or, yes, evil or bad people get away with murder, and you know of prime examples, and you did what to counter it? Happy road trip and safe journey. By the way, very good points in there. I really like that thought that it's up to us to act on that in some way. And overall, from the comments I've read, there does seem to be a belief that if we believe in karma, then it exists for us. And I think that gives some people the ability to see what others are doing and how they're creating responses that kind of match their own karma. But he makes a really good point here, especially about bad people getting away with murder. You know, I have so many cases that I've reviewed where I'm just like, man, why didn't they ever find this person? And in certain other cases, like the Tair Rada case, I'm sitting there going, man, I think an innocent guy is sitting in prison and going through all this nonsense for something he didn't do. So in those cases, it is pretty tough to look at it and understand the karmic situation that may have led to that. But I just wanted to say, I got so many well-wishers in terms of have a happy road trip and a safe journey. And I really, really enjoyed that road trip a lot more than I expected to. As a matter of fact, if you're interested in it, you can check it out tomorrow. I'm going to have the special, in place of Brain Scratch Searchlight, I'm going to release clips from my road trip. And I'm not quite sure, but I think I have kind of a light episode of Brain Scratch that I'm going to be able to get together for you guys this week. So on Friday, you might get 2 releases. One, a very small update, Brain Scratch update, and the other, our road trip to the haunted location that I keep mentioning. But Brain Scratch Searchlight will resume next week. So just to let you guys know, this week's a little funky because with me on the road last week, that kind of dings my production schedule a little bit, but I did get some footage while I was on the drive, and I'm hoping to cut together something nice for you guys in terms of the road trip and the haunted location visit, which I think came out pretty cool. I think you guys are going to like that. So I'm going to get back to reviewing comments, but I just wanted to put out there, thank you guys so much. Thank you for hitting 10,000 subscribers. I did want to say, shout out to Sonic and Sheeps, who has asked several times about a champagne bottle, actually exactly like this one. I have 2 of them. And I just wanted to explain to you guys what it was. If any of you have gone to lordandarts.com, you know that I'm extremely proud of working with Cirque du Soleil. And there's 2 things actually on this bottle. One of them is a congratulations on the world premiere of the show. And I I have friends that came to see this show, and they still think this is one of the best shows that Cirque du Soleil ever had, and it's a shame that it's no longer running, which I have to agree. As you can see, it was written to me, John Lorden, the documentalist. But the bottle is actually for Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's from the Iris, what does that say? Rigging. Yeah, from Iris Rigging. And for those of you that don't know, the rigging department is, those are the people that are responsible for anything that hangs. They want to make sure that it's safe, that they're using the right items up there. So the rigging department, especially for a Cirque du Soleil show, very important people. Anytime you see an acrobat that is hanging from a rope or something like that, there's usually a rigger attached to the other end of that rope that is acting as a counterbalance. Sometimes, they deal with all kinds of different things. They're not responsible necessarily for the automation. If there's things that are automated that come in, like a curtain that comes in automatically or something like that, but there is coordination between those two departments. And it's great because they made the special label for the bottle with several of my old friends from the rigging department. And boy, this is a few dozen of the many, many people that I had the awesome opportunity to work with. I miss you guys a lot. Tony! I really miss you guys, and I hope you're off onto other shows. A lot of these guys worked in unions, so they wound up going back into the entertainment industry and just winding up at other spots on other shows. But it was pretty magical, especially for someone like me. Being a documentalist, I was kind of the #1 fanboy for the show because I was supposed to understand how most of it worked and how everything kind of interrelated, and help document all that so that future production staff members could recreate things. Like if they needed to rebuild a prop or something like that, I had to make sure that all the documentation with the original instructions was in the right place and easy to find and all that nonsense. But outside of that, it was just super cool working at the Dolby Theater backstage, and we had so many celebrities that came to see that show. It was just phenomenal. And then getting to see your friends from the show pop up on TV shows all over the place. I mean, they were on pretty much every major late night show. They popped up on Ellen. I mean, just all over the place. It was super, super cool, and definitely the coolest job that I've ever had before I had this great job of making videos for you guys. This really, this is a dream come true for me. And we're now 10,000 strong, and let's keep growing. I hope you have a great week. Thank you for spending some time with me. I will catch you on the next show on the Geek and Dorks channel. Take care, everyone.